Hi, here we go.
Hey, I'm Avi Aharoni. I'm here with my buddy Josiah behind the camera. Say hi, Josiah.
Hi.
And we're here with Dog Yaki in the back. Now we're on our way to our friend Catherine's house. Now Catherine, we're gonna explore her kitchen. We're gonna rummage through her kitchen. We're gonna see what she's got. And we're gonna talk about uterus rights, what it means to her, why it's important to her, reproductive rights. We're gonna hash it out on today's episode. Let's do this. What do we got?
So freezer.
What's this?
I don't know.
Frozen aphrodisiac.
Ooh.
Oh my god. This should be the show, is us discovering what's in people's freezers.
I do have a loaf of GF bread.
GF means gluten free.
It does.
So what we do, let's pick what the base is going to be first.
Here's Yaki.
Yaki, what do
Thank
you want?
So much. I think.
She
Yeah.
spent more time on the pasta.
Oh, look at you.
All right.
Hey, come here.
Thank
Aunt.
you for your
Come here.
help. Let's do the chorizo because we already, let's do chorizo.
Okay.
Done.
All right. Wait, that's beef. Do you want chorizo?
Oh yeah, that's better. Let's do that. That's going to be way better.
I have a uterus in here.
She has
I have 2 ovaries.
2?
I think so.
I only have
According
1.
to the doctor, yes. I heard a really bad joke that government wants to make themselves so small that they can get up into my uterus. So I just really am having a big problem with like conservatives and people who say that they want limited government and like get off my lawn and like I should be able to have guns. But
Yeah.
for some reason they're really concerned about what's going on inside my body. And the original point of Roe was a privacy thing, not necessarily about embryos and babies, because that's
Right.
a very, very sticky situation. The right to privacy and like what I do with my body, I think is like key. And it's just fascinating to me that people who want to like be able to have an arsenal of guns
Yup.
for some reason are
Yup.
upset that I could choose what to do with my uterus once there may or may not be a viable baby in there.
Right.
Because honestly, less than a third of pregnancies result in a baby. I got some of these ideas and facts from Nope, which is a really awesome new burlesque company in the Twin Cities. And Petit Bourgeois did a bunch of research and found all these statutes, and they're letting me use them, which is super rad. So I just want to give a big shout out. This was like how they got around all this, like how strip clubs became a thing. So it used to be illegal to do a front bump. You could do a back bump,
On a person.
like on stage. Apparently, this was too much for you men folk. to
It is
handle.
a
But
lot.
This
Oh.
is okay.
Oh, that's better.
So that's why they invented the grind, because it's back and forth.
Why is that? Why?
Because it wasn't against the law to go back and forth, so the strippers invented the grind. Did you know that?
Wait, do it one more time.
That happened in Minneapolis?
I don't know if it's Minnesota specific, but it is stripper specific.
Tell me, what's
Correct me
happening
if
right
I'm
now?
wrong. Alabama.
I already
Okay.
don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm already not a fan of whatever you're about to say.
Um,
Why isn't that? Oh, there it is. Keep going.
They last week, 2 weeks ago in Alabama, they made an anti-abortion law, and it passed. So they passed an anti-abortion law. Essentially, they're doing that so that it can go to the Supreme Court. So we will eventually have to argue this whole thing again.
Wasn't that?
It happened in Iowa recently too.
Yeah, in Iowa. Come on, Iowa.
Was
You're
it?
supposed to be our cool neighbor to the south. What the F?
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
And get this, they don't have an exception in that law. There's no exception for if you get pregnant from rape or incest. Still not allowed to abort the baby. Meanwhile, it's a state that decided not to expand Medicare. So you're going to have, supposedly, thousands and thousands of more births because you're not helping people use contraception. And then you're not going to fund mothers with babies, which is Medicare is a huge part of getting, food stamps or WIC, women and children credits and money And so you're going to have more people and not invest in them. So how does that say that you support life? Like, what life is, like, people are like, I'm pro-life. It's like, then why aren't you taking care of lives? A lot of feminism and a lot of reproductive rights are totally a privilege thing. I am very privileged. I recognize that. I have access in Minnesota to really great reproductive health care, like for free. It is awesome. It's well funded. I get free birth control. I can choose any kind of birth control I want, and
Where
it's
do you
free.
What do you have? What are your options?
So, especially in Ramsey County, there is the 555 clinic, which is right over by the History Theater, downtown St. Paul. Completely free. You can get your IUDs there. You can get pills there. You can get the ring. I'm currently using a ring.
You can get an IUD there?
Yes, I've gotten both of mine at the 555
For free?
clinic. For free. Because it's considered family planning, which it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just need to see if they have a patient advocate in the building.
Spoon?
Yep, they are right here. Lots of spoons. Patient advocates will help you figure out what your income is and then get you on a sliding scale. So the couple times I have had to pay for procedures, I paid 25% of the actual bill because they determine my income and they put me on the sliding scale. Oh God, I got that sausage. Oh my God. Oh my God, why are you beating your meat? Kentucky, there's one abortion clinic for the entire state.
Kentucky?
Yeah, one.
So, how easy is it for people to go to a different state? I mean...
Well, that's when you get into the privilege thing because not everybody has the money to drive, to take off work. Imagine, so in this country, they have us working to the bone so that we don't have time for things like protesting at the Capitol or things, right? Because again, that's a privilege thing. And I have to work. Can I go to the protest? Maybe not, because if I give up hours, I can't afford rent. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's a privilege thing. And then, so they can't. So they maybe can't afford to take the day off, or the gas money, or the plane ticket. So yeah, it is legal in another state. People in Alabama can go to a different state. But like not everybody has that luxury. It's nuts. It's just like crazy that anybody is allowed to have an opinion about what I do with my body.
Yep.
Because like, what and I just can't believe that's a thing.
But like
what
what?
about if
Like,
every time you masturbated and those
I don't masturbate.
thousands of potential babies supposedly are in there, maybe. Like, and you
they are. I treat my sperm like gold.
I mean, God will judge you. Okay, so the heartbeat bill, I know that it was part of the Alabama legislation that we were talking about earlier, and it might be part of the Iowa legislation as well. But they are saying that it becomes a baby when they can detect the heartbeat, which is somewhere around 6 weeks. When you go in for your first sonogram, and it's at that moment when they can detect a heartbeat that I become a baby killer. A baby killer. Even though at 6 weeks, it's like a peanut size, literally. Like
but here's the question: if it can only happen at 6 weeks, or at 6 weeks, it's a murder. Women don't find out they're pregnant until. When? Because I swear
some people don't figure it out until they've missed a period, which could be 4, 5, 6 weeks in already. Some people, depending on their weight, their height, their body makeup, it's like having a bump. They might not even have a bump till 5 or 6 months.
Sure.
And if you haven't had good sex education, if you haven't been educated about what happens to your body when you get pregnant, like that's how bad some sex ed is. Like they don't even want to teach you about how your body works. They're like abstinence, and they just say just don't do it. You can sprinkle away.
Okay.
Sprink it up.
Oh, I love sprinkling.
What do you call this dish, Avi?
I call it Sunshine Paradise. I want to eat a little bit of Sunshine Paradise.
Okay, is it gonna be really hot?
Like spicy or like hot?
Like burn my mouth.
Oh no, it's food though.
Mm.
And what do we think? Oh my God, did you hear? I need to cook for you more often.
It's really good. I enjoy food a lot. I'm a very sensual person, and I love the way its flavors taste. And considering what's happening right now, it's like bazinga.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you're seeing this and you need help, I am an advocate. I am an ally. And if you honestly want to slide into my DMs and message me about some of the things I've talked about, please no hate mail. But in terms of if you'd like to learn more about the 555 clinic, if you'd like to help, if I could help you find a phone number for you to call to figure out stuff like that, I'm your woman, because we all need to help each other, and I'd love to be an advocate and a helper if you need it. So.
Me too.
Oh, see?
What do you want to drive home? What are your final thoughts on this whole matter?
I just think we all need to be very aware of what conservatives are trying to do in this country. You need to keep yourself informed about the laws that are being passed. Everybody should know about Alabama. Everybody should know about Iowa. Everybody should know where they're clamping down on our reproductive rights.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it comes down to the Supreme Court, I will be chaining myself to the state capitol.
Oh.
So if you want to come feed or bathe me, I'll be there, because it's
I'll do both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lots
I'm
of
a
baby
friend.
wipes.
So many baby wipes.
Because it's important, and it's if we take a step backward, it's going to be a huge step backward, and it's going to be really hard to move forward again.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So
it's taken
it
this
is,
long to.
be on alert. It's important. It's important. So thank you, What's Next, for coming and hanging out
Again,
with me.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
And then is that the handle? Yeah, and are you filming still?